Chisom, where's your phone? So hi guys, welcome back to WITTYCHAT Live. I know it's been a while that people have seen this face. I know it's been a while, I know. So this is what's the time? This is past 2 p.m. We are a little bit late. I'm sorry. For those of you that are just joining, my name is Promise Asogwa and I'm your host for today's live session. So today with me we have an amazing guest. Okay, sorry. I need to reintroduce this channel to you guys because I'm sure that some people that will just be joining will be wondering, okay, what's this about? What did we do here and all of that? This is Witty Chat Live, and Witty Chat Live is proudly sponsored by Witty Way Properties Limited. And Witty Way Properties Limited is your go-to brand for anything real estate, landed properties, especially commercial lands, residential lands, industrial lands. Witty Way got you covered. So you know where to you know where to come to when you want to make your investment choices, right? So today with me we have an amazing guest. We have a realtor, and his name is Mr. Chisom Ibiyemi. He's the CEO of Skyline Properties. So I'm going to be bringing him up on the live right about now, so you guys can see. Yeah. So hello, good afternoon, sir, and welcome to With Chat Live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So how are you doing today, sir?
I'm very well. I'm very well, thank you. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for honoring our invitation. We look forward to having
Yeah, blessings now. Sit down. Hello.
Sorry, I'm so sorry for that. I don't know. I think it's network. But I'm good now. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay. So without wasting time, please can you please introduce yourself to us and tell us your name, tell us anything you want us to know about you.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I said, can you please introduce yourself to us, tell us your name and anything you want us to know about you and stuff like that.
Okay. So my name's Ibiyemi Chisom David Kazim. Um I'm Yoruba by tribe. I'm from Ogun State. The CEO of Skyline Global Properties and Services. Deal with selling of properties, maintaining, selling, buying, revamping, interior decoration, and also site management, all of that. I'm the first son out of four children. Um, I think that's all.
That's amazing. That's so nice. That's so nice. So, how did you? What was the push? What inspired you to be so? How long have you been in the real estate space?
Well, I've been in the real estate space for 3 years and now. 3 years and now. I started in the year 2021. The year 2021. And my drive for real estate basically started with my love for architecture. I've always had a thing for architecture, just liked the structures of buildings and all of that. Then I happened to work in a real estate company in the year 2021, just like as a normal IT guy or in the real estate department, just handling the systems and all of that. Then I basically now, like my love for real estate now came up again when I saw how easy it was, or how easy it seemed to just sell up properties to clients, then make money out of it, help people achieve their dream homes and invest their money and still make money out of it. So the love for it just got rekindled again. And so yeah, that was where I now decided that okay, I think I want to like do this now.
Okay, so you said you because of how easy it was. Are you trying to say that everything is rosy and there are no challenges? Like there are no challenges
No,
in real
no,
estate.
there's nothing in this life that is easy, and there's nothing in this life that is rosy. Uh, like when I said that, I actually corrected myself and said how easy it seemed. Like from the outside, it looks very easy, but on the inside, it's not at all. It's not at all.
So can you please tell us the challenges they are in this industry if there are any?
Well, there are a lot of challenges, but I would say the one that comes to mind. So one of the challenges in this business is having to try and convince someone because most times the clients you get are not people that know you personally. They are people that don't know you from anywhere. They're just trying to pitch the idea of investing their own money, and their hard-earned money. They should invest the money in real estate and they should do it through you. Like, why should they do it through you? Why should they invest their money in the first place? Are you the one advising them on what to do with their money? Having to convince them is one thing. Having to be sure of the property again is another thing because as a realtor, you don't you should not just be interested in making money out of selling. You should be sure of what you are selling to them because and sometimes you come across clients, they have knowledge about the business. So they will ask questions like, what if government comes up one day and say they want to take the land? What if this one happens and government wants to take this. What if this? What if that? And when they ask these questions, if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't know anything about it, you won't be able to convince those ones because at that point in time you'll be more interested in making money. And then at that point in time, I've asked you a question that you cannot answer. You have lost that person as a client.
Okay.
Another issue with the business is another issue is in the business is government most times because with the way government government sees demolished properties everywhere, most clients are skeptical about investing in vehicles. They are very, very skeptical. You can meet a client and the client will be like, uh, his brother bought the property here and government just woke up for money and say they want to do that. Those things, because most people don't really know why those and government do those things. Majority of them believe that it's a tribal thing. So that one again is another issue, and it requires you as a realtor to be knowledgeable about these things for you to be able to clarify things to them.
Yeah.
Clarify things to them. So another issue in the business is having to get properties to sell. Having to get properties to sell. That one is quite a lot most times. Quite a lot most times because I remember I think it was last year. I think last year. I at some point in time I had to stay close to Ekpe. I had to stay in the Beduleki, close to Ekpe, just because I was trying to pitch the whole idea of investing in Ekpe to clients, and most of them will want to go to site, and most of them want to see you on site, and they
Yeah.
want you to make videos and all of that.
Yeah.
It was a lot, but I had to. Those were like the challenging times. Those are the kind of challenges that you take.
Sacrifices you had to make. Yeah.
Yes, based on the fact that you are a realtor and you want to serve your clients well. So those are the issues I can think of at this point in time.
Okay. So, um, since you already mentioned, you already chipped in the government into it. So, like, what we do here is we have conversations with people in real estate, and then we try to educate our audience too. So then
Okay.
I'm wondering, for the sake of our audience, I'm wondering if there is anybody, or should I say agency, that you know guide or that see through the affairs of any real estate. If there's any law body agency that envelopes this real estate industry, if there's any law, there's anybody that is in charge of seeing the affairs of seeing the
Of
affairs of things that happen here and stuff like that.
well, not that I know of currently of anybody that governs or handles the affairs of realtors. Because me personally, based on the fact that I as a realtor, I don't just want to sell to my clients and just let it be like that. I want to build
Yeah.
a continuous business kind of relationship that will make them come back to me whenever they want to do anything in real estate. I have to make my own research. For example, if one of my clients wants to get a house, for example, let's say the person wants to get a house on the island and all of that, it's always good, or anywhere at all in particular. But let's use Lagos State for example now. If you want to get a house in Lagos State, before once we go for inspection and my client says he likes the house, no problem. Now it's now left for me, it is my job to get documents available for the land
Yeah.
itself, the house, then go to first of all the survey general's office to confirm that the area, like the land where the house is not under government acquisition or is not because there are lands that serve different purposes. There are some places that are marked as residential areas, and there are some places that are marked as industrial areas, commercial areas.
Yeah.
Now, when you build a house in a commercial area or industrial area, it is against the role to do that. And the government can, at any point in time, come and say, this property is not supposed to be here, and they will demolish it. At that point in time, based on the fact that you didn't make yourself, you have lost a client, you have lost money for your client, and you have lost business for yourself. So it is always good to do your own due diligence when it comes to properties like that.
Yeah.
It also works that way for land. Before you make your clients buy your property, you can help them to search if the place is readily available, if it's not under government acquisition, if it's not, if it's the original documents that is available. Because there's some people that want to sell off their properties, they will tell you that documents available, C of O. Meanwhile, there's no C of O available for the land. It is just a forged document. So it is always good to always do your due diligence. Because once you do your due diligence about a property,
Very
there's no way
important.
you have issues with it. There's no way you have
True.
it.
Very true. Thank you so much. So, with the way the industry is is looking, I don't want to put it as a fact, but then I want to say the way the industry seems to be a little bit competitive. What role do you think trust plays in when you're trying to close a deal or when you're dealing with a client? So how can you emphasize so much on trust
Trust.
with your client or when you're
Okay.
trying to close a deal?
Okay. Trust is the only way a client can invest with you. Trust is the only way. Even if you have the world's sweetest mouth, the client has to be able to trust you to want to invest with you. Your
Yes,
words
true.
are powerful, yes, but trust is very, very powerful. Because a lot of people now, like if you tell them, I have this good offer, oh, come on invest, come on buy land here, come on buy land in Ekpa and all of that. 95% of the people you meet always have one phrase that they use. Something will go buy now, go collect them tomorrow. Now, for you to convince people like that, you have to build a level of trust with them. You have to explain to them. Because me personally, this is what I do. When I have clients, when I talk to people and they give me the excuse of buying the property now, that there is something government will come and take tomorrow, wake up on money and say they want to demolish this, they want to do this, and they want to do that. I always tell them this thing that the only way government can come and take a property from you is if, first of all, there was no due diligence on the property, like in the sense that it was, let's say, for example, now, the most common demolition that everybody got to know about is the one that happened in Qatar,
Yeah.
like about the houses that were built in Qatar that were demolished by government. Now, what most people don't know about that is that, first of all, the developers built those houses on the canal. Canal in Qatar area has been like half of it was surfaced right from 2019, and they were warned about it. So they surfaced part of it. They built houses on it. Developers built houses on it and sold it off. Now, the mistake those people made was that they didn't have somebody tell them to go and do their due diligence, to go and check the property for buying. The funny thing is that some people bought 2 days before they were demolished. Now, at that point in time, they have lost their money, they have lost their property, and are homeless.
Ah,
I tell them,
wow.
I tell people that the only reason why those people lost that much is because they didn't have somebody trustworthy enough to be more focused on their interest than their pockets. That is me telling them and making them feel comfortable around you because at that point in time, I'm telling them exactly what went wrong. Now, I'll tell you also that this property, before you buy from me, because you might not want me to go and do the search for you, because you might
Yeah.
feel that I will also try to hide build and all of that. I give you the coordinates of the property, give you the document available. You can go to the survey general's office to check it by yourself with the survey of the property. You can take the coordinates and check it by yourself. And when you check it by yourself and you're convinced and you've gotten the information you need from the office, then I'm readily available to be of service to you. So at that point in time, you have given them the opportunity to test you. And once they see that the property that you told them to search on is actually genuine, they will come back to you. At that point in time, you have built a level of trust with them.
Yeah. Sure.
You have built a level of trust with them, yeah. Majority of the clients I get are the ones I they give me a very small thing to do for them, and I took it personal and handled it well. Like getting a house for them, furnishing the house and all of that. And at that point in time, they gave me that little job to do. I did it exceedingly well. And what they happen is they're buying it, they're coming back to me like, I have so amount that would like to invest it. What do you think? If I have not built that trust with them, we won't be doing business.
You built that relationship.
Well, exactly. For you to be able to do well in the business, you have to
Yeah.
build some level of trust with the people you are trying to make invest. So that's the trust is it. Trust is all of it.
That's beautiful. That's so amazing. Thank you so much for that, knowledgeable insights. So let's hear your story of how your first sale was for you. How was it? How did it come about? How were you able to close it? Like, how did you feel? And if you don't mind, you can tell us the amount you made. You can tell us the amount you made.
Okay, my real estate story, honestly speaking, isn't isn't really nice. Isn't really nice because at
I love
first
to hear.
I
That's
think
fine.
I stayed approximately I started 2021. I didn't make any sale for a year plus.
Wow.
I didn't make any sale for a year plus because I was working for a real estate company as I think guy. Then I now got the opportunity to like then was based on the fact that you work hard. Once you get to sell a unit of house, you get commission. You get commission. So I
Yeah.
was trying my best to convince people, just trying to convince people to do that, do nothing. Then the office I was working in had issues. Then I now moved over to being a site manager. I was supervising site work, buying materials and all of that. Still working there, trying to make my first sale. It wasn't easy, honestly speaking. That's why I tell people most times that people in this business that you never know where your first client is coming from. You never know where your first client. It might be somebody that you don't believe will patronize you. It might be somebody you have looked down on. Ah, what does this one have to offer? I don't. Can this one even be able to buy property from me?
Yeah.
That kind of a thing. My first client was a friend of mine from secondary school. He he saw because when I started this whole thing and I started posting on my status, I was posting both on my WhatsApp status, even on Snapchat. I was sending tricks. I was sending tricks. I was still posting on my story and all of that. So one day he just texted me on Snapchat and he was like, he has been seeing what I'm posting. Uh, he will text me when he's in Lagos because he was not in Lagos. He texts me when he gets to Lagos. I was like, okay. I felt it was this normal random. Some young people that will just text you and they will just give you the hope, but then you won't find him again. So I I just took to my mind off it. I continued doing what I was doing, posting, managing my site and all of that. Then he came to Lagos. He texted me that he was around there. He would like for us to meet. And I went to meet him. Now, there are different kinds of clients you meet. There's the clients where you don't need to do much work. Those ones are already convinced that they want to buy a property. They're already convinced they want to buy. At that point in time, you just need to just walk with them down the path. Like just walk with them down the path.
Yeah.
The ones where they're the ones that have strong heads. Like see those ones. You have to nurture them. You have to follow them. You have to. You're literally petting them. Like you're literally begging somebody to invest. his own money that will
You
give
have to be
him
patient with them. Yeah,
exactly.
true.
Well, you see, this one, he was already like he already had that mindset that he wanted to invest in real estate. He just wanted to be somebody that he knows. So I just went to meet him and we talked for a while. Then he said he wanted to come to the office to see how he goes. Came to the office, saw that it was legit and all of that. And the next day, made payment. Just sent me a receipt that he has made the payment. I was, I was, at that point in time, I was shocked and excited at the same time because, for crying out loud, after a year plus, this is my first sale. This is my first sale. It wasn't easy. I
It's
was so
amazing.
excited about it. I was so excited about it. Funny thing was, after like a week or two, he same person bought another property again.
Oh,
Bought another
that's so
property
nice.
again. Exactly. But then having to have a taste of real estate, having to make your first sale, it gives you a drive to want to push more. Now, the time from that first sale downward was now the bed of rocks. Not the bed of rocks. I remember there's nowhere in phase one down to Ikate that I don't know about because there was a time my sometimes when I think about this whole real estate thing, I just basically thank God for where I am today because
Sure.
if not for God, if not for God and consistency, I don't think I don't think I would be here at this point in time. There was a time I staying in the house, like staying in an area where people mostly just like see youngsters getting money and all of that, getting money, doing things to get money, getting rich and all of that. Sometimes your parents will look at you in a way, and there are things they will tell you that would even make you question yourself and your existence. And sometimes where you hear conversations like, are those people not your mates? Are people not the same age mates? Those kind of conversations that just shock you. I
Yeah.
applied at that point in time. So after the company I was working with folded, after the sites work I did and manage and all of that, then I was now at home for a long time, trying to get jobs, trying to get buy properties, which is not even easy. Especially for the fact that I'm a young guy, some people would think you're a fraud, those kind of things. I applied for jobs on the island in the real estate company to work as a marketer. So at some point in time, I got a job to work as a liaison officer to search for properties for sale and for rent, and also sell land and all of that. That was when I took that bold step of moving down to Ibejuleki. Because at that point in time, I thought Ibejuleki was closer to Lekki compared to coming from the mainland. So it was when I got to Ibejuleki, I realized that it is bearing Lekki in his name doesn't mean that it's close to Lekki itself. I had to stay in Lekki. I was coming all the way down to phase one every day from Monday to Friday, scouting for properties. There was a time it was so bad I could not afford to buy bottled water because I was trying to minimize my transport. It was so bad that period. I had to minimize my transport. And my first month in the job, I was able to close only one deal, and that was to get a shared apartment for a client. And I brought in that was 80,000 naira agency fee for the company I was working for. That was 80,000 naira agency fee. I Out of the 80,000 naira agency fee, I got at the end of the month I got 20,000 out of it. Then
Wow.
I got 10,000 out of it. Then 10,000 for encouragement, and then plus the fact that I get 10,000 for encouragement and salary, fixed salary of like 10K. That was like 40,000. And honestly speaking, I was expecting 100,000 at that point in time. But out of 100,000, I got only 40,000. I looked at my, I look when I got there, I looked at my phone, I looked at myself, and I was like, is this how I plan on continuing this whole thing? I will not just leave this real estate like this and just go and focus on something else. Like, because what is this? Is this how I plan on making my parents proud? Is this how I plan on feeding
Getting
myself
the
and
bag.
standing as a man? Is this how, like, is this how I plan on doing this? 4,000 naira. Something that my transport alone in a month. Because from Ibejuleki down, then to just Eleganza, Ibejuleki to Eleganza was 700 naira. I was just going. So in a day, I spent, let's just say 20,000 a day. 5 days a week, that's 20 days in a week. So 2,000 times 20 days, that's already 40,000 naira. That's my transport. I was like, God, how I plan on continuing. He said, you know what? I can't do this. I quit the job. I sat down. I said, no, there must be a way forward. That was where I started attending lessons. I started attending classes on how to make more sales as a realtor. Attended seminars just to like get more knowledge. And I'm a I'm a very reserved person. I can go to a crowd of like a lot of people and nobody will notice me because I like being quiet and all of that. It's only around people that really know me well that I can be very noisy and playful. So that also was basically affecting the way I make sales and all that because I don't know how to just randomly walk up to people and start a conversation and all of that. So I started learning how to talk to people, went to an academy where I was taught that, learned it. And after my first academic session, because I learned this how to make sales and all of that, I I started closing deals. There's something there's something there's a friend of mine, Mr. Steven. There's something he always says. Real estate is a seasonal business. And sometimes when you will make mad sales, you'll be making sales back to back, back to back, back to back. You just be selling no property. And there's a time where not like you will not sell, you sell, but not as much as when it is your time, like when it's your season. So it's left for you to understand and know when is your season and you work with it. In time, I noticed that this particular time of my season, back to back, count how many times I've won, like I've been part of the top selling realtors in a month. I can't count how many months I've won it. I can't count how many months I've been in top selling realtor for the first quarter, second quarter. Can't count how many times. One of the most shocking deals I've made was to sell 1 acre. Like when I was like coming up, was to sell 1 acre at once to a client. 1 acre at once. It has been a lot. Like most times when I look at when I started and where I am now, I just laugh because most times people look at you and believe that it just happens for you naturally. It just happens for you
Yeah.
because it just happens for you. But there's a lot of work to put in. There's a lot of work to put in. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to put in. But real estate is good. Real estate is beautiful. I enjoy the fact that I'm able to convince people and like make them see reasons why they should invest their money and also tend to make money out of it. It's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. And some people tend to do real estate part time and still have other things that they do. Same time, someone like me, it's real estate or nothing. It is
Okay.
real estate or nothing. It's real estate full time. It's real
We
estate full
dying here,
time.
Abby.
We die here. It's either here or no here. It's either here or
That's
no
nice.
here. It's
That's
either
nice.
here or
So okay, you used to always say real estate is the safest form of investment. Real estate is the safest form of investment. Why is that? Why is it the safest form of investment? Why not crypto? Why not the other things that we have? Why is real estate the safest form of investment?
okay. Personally, I would say real estate is the best one because as far as you buy a property in the right place, it never depreciates. It never does. All those other things that you call like the crypto, buying stocks, buying shares, even the companies that are booming and all of that, they work with the market. At some point in time, they go up. At some point in time, they come down. It fluctuates. It's never steady
Yeah.
because it's the stock market. Stock market is never steady. It goes up and down. But real estate, as far as you buy a property in the right location, buy from the like buy in the right location, it will always always appreciate. It never goes down. Never goes down. Emphasis on if you buy from the right place because there's some people that you just buy anyhow land and the land is not appreciate it to just be there. But
Yeah.
as far as you buy the right location, I stand on my word that it's always appreciating. It never depreciates. Never, never.
True.
I
So true.
even so as far as you buy the right place, it always appreciates.
That's true. Thank you so much. So, what would you say is the most fun part of your job so far as a realtor? What would you say is the most exciting thing you love about your job? I know you're going to say the commission, the incentives, and all of that, but is there anything that is hidden somewhere that we don't know that you are enjoying? Please let us know.
Who doesn't like getting paid? Who doesn't like getting paid? Who doesn't like it? Everybody likes anybody that does business. The most interesting part is always getting paid. It's always getting your commission. It's always getting your incentives. It is always that. But another fun thing about this business is the happiness, the smile you see on your client's face when you deliver to them is everything to die for. Is everything to die for. When you handle a client well, when you treat them well. Like I have a client of recent that I just did a vamping job for him in his house. And he was at home randomly. He just made a video and sent it to me and said, I love what I'm seeing here. I really appreciate it. That thing alone has, even if I was having a bad day, just that alone has made my day because
Yeah,
of the
good.
fact that he's satisfied with the work I did. And at that point in time, he can refer me to anybody that looks at that
True.
work and asks him how he got it. He can refer me to anybody. That smile, that satisfaction that the client has gotten is another fun part of the job. Another fun part of the job is going to site. And it's still stressful, but at this point in time, I've gotten used to it. And I always look forward to going to site. I always look forward to going to site. It's fun. At this point in time, I even tell people that I'm a bush boy because I go to the bush. Majority of the videos I post are in the bush. I'm not a bush boy. Come and buy the bush that you are seeing now. So that's
Okay.
another fun part for me.
Because those that are still will soon become city in a few years to come.
Exactly. Exactly. The Lekki and the Kogi you are seeing was a one-time bush, and now it's a mega city.
Yeah, exactly. 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 So aside location, what would you say makes a property a good investment deal?
Okay. Aside location, what other thing that makes a property a very good investment is the title documents. Now, most people believe that it is only a property that has C of O
Yeah.
is the only property that is good to buy. Well, yes, C of O is very good, but government consent almost is also very, very good. The title of documents is good. The also getting a survey for your property also makes the value of the property increase. But then the major the infrastructures available in that area, which basically still falls
Yeah.
to the location also. Those are like the major things that make an investment uh, very valuable investment.
Alright. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. This question is actually okay. First of all, let me first my saying that, let's say now we have viewers here that are new into real estate that want to buy, or even people that want to sell too. Yes, people that want to
Okay.
sell. What are the common mistakes would you advise um, them to avoid when trying to buy a property?
Okay, common mistakes that people should try and avoid when buying a property is not doing your due diligence. That is a very, very common mistake that most people always make. As a client, personally, I always tell you, personally, I always tell my clients, if you don't trust me enough, you can do your due diligence. Like I can give you the coordinates of the property or the document available. Make your own search about it. So that nothing will come up tomorrow and you'll not say is hearsay, hearsay, hearsay. You are also aware because you made your own search that this is the document available for this property and this is the location and see the fact that it is not under government acquisition. So you two are also on the know before you make payments. Like I said, come on because this mistake is is the mistake that the people that their houses were demolished in the quarter. This is the mistake they made. They didn't do their due diligence. Due diligence was not made on that property because if due diligence was made on the property, they would have realized that that area where the house was built, first of all, is against the law. Building above a canal is against the law. They wouldn't have wasted the money that they used to buy the house. They wouldn't have done that. That's the most common mistake people make, not doing their due diligence. Because that's the most important thing that you should do before buying a property. It is even more important than even making payments. Because due diligence can make you waste your money or can make you invest the money wisely.
Can
Even
save you from
after
a lot
doing
of
your yes, can save you from a lot. Even after your due diligence, still ask around. Because there are some places where even after doing your due diligence, coming from the Survey General's office or also like in Lagos, that this property is safe and all of that. You ask people
yeah.
around, like ask people around, like how far this property, how is it, all kind of things. Just ask random questions because there are things just beyond owning the property. You find out if the place is actually a good area, if it's safe for the people around, kind of things available, those kind of things. Just most
Ask
importantly, do
questions.
your due diligence. Yes, ask questions, find out things yourself, or you can have somebody to do that for you personally. Yeah.
That's so nice. Thank you so much. I mean, I don't know about the audience, but I'm really having a good time right now. I'm enjoying this session. So this is going to take me to my next question, and I would like to ask that what would you say, or what are the sorry, what is the importance of getting a building approval to avoid stories of corruption? Because I mean, people spend money to buy land and then they start erecting a building on it, and then the next thing you're hearing is they either trespassed or something like that, and then the building demolished. So, what do you think is the importance? And I want to ask sometimes why what do you think is the cause of that kind of situation?
Okay. Um, not not getting a building plan before building a house is like trying to farm, but you don't have seeds to plant. It's like going to farm without your farm tools. Because why would you want to build and you did not go for approved building plan? It's of no point. At that point, that what you are telling the government is, I have money, I don't know what to use the money to do, so I feel like wasting it. So this is what I've built. This is what I've done with the money. So when you are ready, you can come and help me and waste the money because that's what you're basically doing. That's what because governments they are looking for people like that. You just wake up on money because
Yeah,
you have the money. You just build the house without going for building plan and all of that. They will help you and waste the money well. They will just come one day and the structure is down. And the next thing, that thing that will start giving bad publicity to both people in the real estate and spoiling the whole business real estate. It's not done. But the fact that you want to start a structure in the first place, you're supposed to go get a building plan approved. Get it approved from the government. Then you're now free to build whatever you want to build. Because there's no point using the money to start a structure, then government not tell you that they don't want the structure here. You have just wasted money. You have just wasted money, and you can't fight it in court. Unless you have excess money, you still want to spend.
Yes, true.
So you should. It's a necessity. As far as you want to build, it's a necessity to always get building plan approved. It's a necessity.
It is important to always get a good digging plan from a professional.
Be
Always
professional.
contact
Always.
a professional. Please
Always.
always contact a professional. So, if you could switch lives or have dinner with a real estate mogul or a real estate expert for a day, who would it be and why?
If I could switch bodies or have dinner with the expert, it will be Mr. Ayo Akindingbe. He's the CEO of Ace Real Estate Company. So the reason why I want to do this is because Mr. Ayo is the really, really, like, really big inspiration. There are two people actually, Mr. Ayo Akindingbe and Mr. Victor Obiuke. So Mr. Victor is the one that brought me into like the whole real estate thing very well. It was like when I was working for the company that got folded. He was the one that saw my post and was like, David, because we went to school together. But he was not like, we're not in the same level. He was higher. He was higher.
Yeah, yeah.
We one time worked together in school. So he just texted me, David, because that's what he calls me. Texted me and was like, David, um, you're into real estate. I was like, yeah, okay, no problem. That he works with this real estate company, I can marketing for them and making money from it. I was like, sounds like a good idea. So he was the one that brought me to the business, explaining things to me at first on how I can make sales and all of that. So if I can have dinner with him, like if I can switch bodies, I want to switch bodies or have dinner with him, then Mr. Ayo, Mr. Ayo is a very, very big inspiration because it is one thing to see somebody, he's older than I am, but then he's still young, a young CEO that the company has sold out over 5 estates. This Lagos has 3 building projects at this point in time. One is 98% completed. The second one is 78% completed. And the third one is building under construction now. And he boastfully says this, all these projects are being done without collecting a loan from any bank or from anyone. And when I hear this man talk, the way he talks, the way he closes deals, it's just a beauty to behold, honestly speaking. So if I can like switch bodies with anybody or have dinner with, it will be either Mr. Ayo or Mr. Victor. Those two are very they're very, very big inspiration to me.
That's really nice. They've left like a beautiful mark, like a beautiful scar on your heart,
Telling
on your hand. Yeah, that's amazing. So I'd like you to take a minute to talk about any products your company has on ground, in fact, any products that you feel like you want to advertise, tell the audience about. For people that watch later, for people that are watching now.
okay, I would basically like to advertise myself because I basically advertise myself. So I'm a realtor at the same time. I also do interior decorations for the clients, like for my clients, like getting handling the furnishing, the painting, with down to getting lights and all of that. Just basically handling the interiors of the house. I also I also handle selling of properties. Like if you have a property you want to sell, I help market it and sell it. I also handle building constructions like a site manager, procurement officer. I go to buy materials and all of that. I am also a short let manager. in the sense that people who have houses that want to use it, that could help manage it, put it out in the market, get people, just basically handle the whole short-let thing. I also sell investment for investment purposes and also for building. Sell lands in like where different sizes, down from 150 to 300 square meter and all of that. So anyone interested, I think my socials are will be displayed on internet. So anybody interested can just text me on it. Just send it in.
So I don't know if you can see a chat box there. If you can just like type your number. Or if you can't, you can maybe say it out or something like that. Can you see a chat box there?
Yes, I can.
So you can just type your number.
Okay, I can drop my phone number.
Yeah. So while you're dropping your phone number, my last question for you is going to be: what advice would you give to someone considering a career in real estate, and what skills or qualities do you think is essential for success in this field?
Okay. So anyone that wants to come into real estate, all I can tell you at this point in time is it's not a bed of roses. There's every possibility that you can start the business and start making sales immediately. And there's also a possibility that can take you months, take you years before you make your first sale. All in all, it requires your consistency, requires your motivation, requires your honesty, requires your hard work. I never used to like traveling long distance, but I learned how to sit through it because going to Ekwe is not an easy journey. But I learned how to
Yeah,
because I'm trying to sell myself. I've gone to sites. We have 5 working days in a week. I've gone to sites 4 days in a week, back to back. Ekwe. Going and coming the first day, the next day going and coming again. Went back to back for 4 days. Is it handle? Yes, it, but requires your hard work, requires your perseverance. There are some clients that you will meet that would, I will tell you no problem, make payments tomorrow. Just send me the account, company's account details, forward the payments to you, and I will send you receipt when has been made. You're waiting on them, and trust me, I'll send it tomorrow. I'll send it tomorrow. Tomorrow never ends. At that point in time, would you give up? No. You have to pick up where you left it and keep on pushing.
I think we're having a glitch. Can you hear me? Hello? I think we're having a network glitch. So like I was saying, let me see. So in other words, I think I'm just going to add a thing or two to what Mr. Chisom was saying earlier. If you want to be a realtor, a successful realtor, you just have to basically learn, put in the work, be consistent, be willing, and then you have to be willing to attend a lot of trainings, train yourself, watch a lot of things, watch a lot of videos, learn the art of sales, learn the art of closing, and stuff like that. Position yourself, find your niche and position yourself there. Find a location that is good for the kind of product to sell, and just focus on that particular place. I don't think this is wise for for you to diversify. If you can, it should probably when you have people around or you have people under you, but then as a single person that is just willing to be into the real estate space as a realtor, it's advised that you just find your niche. Be the realtor in your circle. Be the realtor in your circle. Let them know that you sell real estate. Let them know that that is now your job. Advertise yourself and all of that. So I think our guest is back. I don't know, network is disturbing.
Sorry
Hi,
about that.
Chisom,
My
can you hear
network
us now?
was.
No problem.
Yes, I can. I can.
So you were saying,
Yeah. So um, going into the business is it's very easy to come into the business. The main thing is having to make sales. You have to learn how to be outspoken. You have to be able to public to have to be able to talk in public because you do a lot of public speaking, talking to people randomly and having to convince them of reasons why they should sell off a property, why they should buy a property, why they should invest their money with you, and all of that. So you just have to be ready for all of that. And trust me, in due time you make sales. In due time you make sales.
that's so nice. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Chisom,
And the pleasure is mine.
for this wonderful talk. A beautiful time was had. I had a great time, and I'm sure our audience had a great time. I'm sure you enjoyed yourself as well, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, I did. I did.
Thank you so much. We hope to have you again next time, and I hope you grace our invitation again. All right?
Yes. Sure, definitely. If I get called upon again, definitely I would answer.
Thank you so much. So, at this
Definitely.
juncture, I'm just going to say goodbye and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank
You
you.
too.
Yeah, bye. I tell our audience bye too. So, guys, that is. I think we've come to the end of our live session for today. We've come to the end of our live. See you next time. Thank you for so much for joining. If you have not joined our live, if you are just joining our live, sorry, please do well to subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe, like, and share. Share to your friends. Leave a comment for us in the comment section. Let us know what you think. If you have any question, ask. Ask questions, please. And if you have any, in fact, if you just have any questions, you can ask, and then we will see you. Our next time will be coming up next week, so we'll see you here same time next week. Thank you, guys. Bye.